They say that when Chinese table tennis players change their jerseys, it's like a dragon shedding its scales. And somehow, that mysterious Eastern power seems to bless only Team China. And when you look back through the history of Chinese table tennis, you realize just how many times a simple jersey change sparked a shift in fate, turning desperate battles into unbelievable comebacks. One of the most iconic moments came at the 2016 Rio Olympics, the very first games to introduce a rule, allowing athletes to leave the court mid-match to change clothes. No one expected this tiny rule change to become the turning point that helped Ma Long make his run toward his first career Grand Slam. In the men's singles round of 16, Ma Long fell behind 0-2 against South Korean player Jung Young-sik, a guy who had studied him for an entire month. Just for this match, Ma Long's mind went blank. He was stuck, lost in a moment. But right next to him stood coach Lu Guoyang. Calm as ever, he took Ma Long off the court, had him change into a fresh jersey, and then told him,
我说龙，出去换件衣服，因为这次比赛规则可以允许出去换衣服。我看龙当时一脸茫然，没反应。我搂着他，我说走走走，出去换一件吧。我说龙，走出这个球馆，你已经被淘汰了。是吧？他边换的时候，我跟他说，你已经被淘汰了，你奥运会你已经输了，你千万不能侥幸，你还有机会。你如果还侥幸有机会，还像前两局那么去打，你就100%输了，咱走出去就不可能再回来了。我说咱现在再重新走进这个球馆的时候，你必须当成你真输了，老天又给你一次机会。
It was those few words that snapped Ma Long out of the fog. The doubt faded. The hesitation disappeared. When he walked back onto the court in that new jersey, his whole presence had changed. He reset his mindset, shook off everything that had dragged him down, and transformed from the young kid from Anshan into the dragon that would one day rule the sport. Ma Long stormed back, took 3 straight games, and dragged the match into a 6th game that would test everything he had. Down 7-10, facing 3 match points, he refused to bend, point by point, with nothing but pure willpower holding him up. He saved all 3 match points and turned the match on its head. That match would also become the closest Jung Young-sik ever came to beating Ma Long. When it was over, he broke down in tears. Ma Long, meanwhile, didn't just survive the storm. He flipped it, turning a desperate situation into one of the most iconic jersey change comebacks in Chinese table tennis history. Fast forward to the 2024 Paris Olympics. In the men's singles quarterfinal, Zhendong faced Japan's Tomokazu Haramoto. And Haramoto came in like he'd been waiting for this moment his whole life. From the very first points, he went all in on offense, forcing Fan into a brutal 0-2 hole. The scene felt uncannily similar to that battle in Rio 8 years earlier. But what made this moment even harder to watch was that Fan's situation was far more isolating. The top half of the bracket had already wiped out all his teammates. There was no one left behind him. He was carrying the entire hope of the Chinese team alone. So when Wang Hao walked Fan out of the arena for a clothing change, Ma Long, watching from the stands, already had tears in his eyes. He knew better than anyone what kind of cliff Fan was standing on. And when Fan Zhendong stepped back onto the court, his jersey dry, his breathing steady, you could see it instantly. His eyes were different, harder. From a 0-2 free fall to a 4-3 miracle comeback. From getting chased down point after point to landing the final, decisive blow in the 7th game. Fan Zhendong delivered a win so fierce, so raw. It redefined what it means to fight alone. When that last ball hit the floor, the arena exploded. This wasn't just a victory of skill. It was the kind of toughness and grit that lives deep in the bones of Chinese athletes. And then came this year's World Championships in Doha. Once again, the jersey change tactic returned at a critical moment. In the round of 16, Wang Chuqin faced France's Simon Gauzy. No one expected Wang to drop the first 2 games, slipping straight into a desperate situation. Remember, just months earlier at the Macau World Cup, China had already lost the men's singles title. International players were circling like hawks. Another defeat here? Unthinkable. Wang Hao knew exactly what the problem was. Wang Chuqin wasn't losing because he lacked skill. He was suffocating under pressure. He needed to step away, reset, breathe. And it worked. The moment he walked back onto the court with a fresh jersey, he looked like a different person. He stormed through 4 straight games. 11-2, 11-9, 11-4, 11-8, completing a stunning 4-2 turnaround, and pulling China back from the edge yet again. From Rio, to Paris, to Doha, this simple act of changing a shirt has become a signature lifeline for Team China in moments of crisis. But what it represents goes far beyond tactics. It's a belief, a heritage, a spirit carved into the DNA of Chinese table tennis, that even in the darkest, steepest, most unforgiving moments, they never surrender.